Usually known as Boy in the childhood neighborhood, Nduwayo has always felt like a child of the village. He was raised in the slums of Mulago, but he strikes us as a cultured and reserved young man. In May 2014, his younger brother Elijah was struck down by a boda, then almost run over by an oncoming car. What made this more traumatizing for Nduwayo was the fact that they had argued bitterly. From this scare, his song Ebirungi was born.
Sirina chendi bwemba sirina we ninga echipapula echitwalibwa empewo era bwemba sirina we ninga endiga etaina musumba netaga kwe okusomoka ennyanja mugana amayengo simalako era nindiridde nze ondage ekkubo ery'obulamu kyova olaba nyimbira kwe omutonzi kubanga onkuuma nontasa kyakwetaaga lubeerera era kanvuname kusinze olw'ebirungi byokola kuba kwerimba bwe sikwebaza olw'ebirungi byokola nja kwebaza olw'ebirungi byokola yinse mikono nkusinze kupamire mu mabibi Yesu ebale.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You look so fresh. What's so new about you today?
There's so much so new, so much to talk about. And I'm glad sitting right here.
Okay, so first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Nduwayo Noah. I'm a gospel artist, and I'm a guitarist too. Little bit, I write songs. I'm a songwriter. I've written some few songs. Yeah, and some are yet to come out.
Apart from those songs that you've written and are not yet out, how many songs are out?
Probably one for now, but there's more in the studio that is coming.
Can you tell us about it?
Ebirungi. Ebirungi is a very amazing song. That's what everyone tells me. This is a song that I wrote when I was going through something. It was inspired by a story of my brother who recently got an accident. It was last year. It was a very, very hard time for the whole family. It was a very hard time for everyone, friends, family. But I had written just a few. I was asking God that time, Father, God, give me a song to write. But when the accident happened, it gave more meaning to the song. That it inspired me. I don't know how words came about, but I realized when you have a force pushing you, you get to do a lot of things. That's how I got to write Ebirungi.
Before the accident and, before you sang this particular song, had you sung before minus releasing a song?
Yes, once in a while I've been singing on different platforms. I started in Sunday school, and then I, later on, my father was not a person who was so much into music because of the environment we grew up in. So always music to him was something for bayaye. He would not let his son, no way, I can't let my son go into music.
So what kind of environment is that you're talking about?
When I was growing up, I grew up in the ghetto, suburbs of Mulago, a slum.
Slum, yeah.
Yeah. And this is a place whereby the very many places, people congested in one. Actually, there is not even room for compounds to play in. So a lot happens in such an environment. Trust me, you wouldn't want to raise your son or child in such an environment. So me, I grew up in that where I would see violence, drugs, see people fights. There's so much in such environment that I grew up from. I grew up in, and so everything kept on reflecting.
But you don't look like a person who grew up in a slum.
I think much more credit comes to my parents and the God factor in it, because when they raised me, we were raised in a Christian family, whereby yes, when everything is happening around in the neighborhood, somehow my mother and father, my father got saved later on, but my mother played a very big role. That she raised us in such a way that she was not the only parent we looked at.
Wow.
Everyone in the community, as long as they are older than you, they had a right to punish you. So I looked at everyone as a parent to me. So you move out of the suburb, they find you on the street, maybe across, you're going to Kamocha from Mulago, someone says, where are you going? And then they, all of a sudden, Dayomangu, Kubioluyi. There's nothing you would say. You would just because if you take back the information to mom will say, where were you going? Okay,
so much as it was a slum, it had that African culture in it, whereby you're not raised by your parents alone, but by an entire community.
True.
So are you trying to say that where in the slum, that particular area you were in,
yes,
there were decent families?
Yes, yes. Like I said, it's a collection of very many families. We have the violent ones, yes, but even we have the good ones, the ones that you can look up to. Yes, there are people who may have their weaknesses here and there, but still, when one becomes a parent, they are a parent.
Okay.
So I'm not a person who looks at the environment to be, most people say the ghetto spoils. Not every ghetto spoils.
Yeah.
Depends on what you've chosen, how to raise your child.
True.
So I think, yes, there are those other challenges, but it helped me differentiate what's right from wrong.
And how to also keep up with people.
Yes.
So, no, I wanted to ask you something. Do you have anything else you do apart from music?
Because of the gift that God gave me, the music, if people want me to write for them, I can write to them. I can write
songs. Does that get you money?
At the moment, it's not. It's not.
But how were you able to produce your song and to make a video for it? How were you able to raise that money?
The song is a testimony. There's a person who told me, for every good song, it will always promote itself. When God gave me this song, I think it's God who promotes everything. It's God who has provided the money. Because it starts as a story, as a song, then the production. It started out as a song. I didn't know what direction it was going to take. Not until God introduced, somehow, God, it was a divine connection with this guy. He's a very incredible producer called James Mugaga. When he listened to me sing the first time, he believed in me and said, no, I really have to be part of your story. I really want to produce you. Let this be a seed to you. And when the song was out like this, when people started listening to it, and there comes another incredible guy called, I don't know, he's so incredible. When he comes in the picture, he says, no, I really want to also shoot a video. I told him, it's okay. And then the video is out. Now it's everywhere and people are appreciating it. And I don't know, the story is so big.
So basically, you have two people sowed a seed.
Yes.
In your music and the video.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about the video, there's something I noticed. There's a pregnant lady, then later on, she gives birth. How long did it take for you to film this video? And how were you able to be patient? Be patient for this lady to give birth.
Wow. For anything that is good, it takes time. Okay. It takes time. It takes time. When we were filming, she was pregnant then. I think around November there, she was pregnant, expecting. And it so happened, everything happened in a season. After we first took the first shooting, we shot in November, then afterwards, December, she gave birth. It was so incredible. And so we realized we have to go back, and because the song is a testimony. These are these one or two testimonies. This is not my song, right? It's everybody's song. There are pregnant people out there that there's a person praying to get a child, and bam, and there's another one. That's the testimony. So it so happened in season that after we shot in November, she gave birth in December. We had to go back and, of course,
film having her baby. Yeah. I wanted to find out, why is it you only have one verse?
There are people who say the song's supposed to move like this, verse like this, like this. The difference about this song is that it's we're trying to put it's a situation that everyone is going through. This song is meant to encourage somebody. Sometimes we musicians tend to over-exaggerate in the song and everything, but I think the beauty of a song comes in when you're just expressing yourself, whereby you forget, okay, this is a bridge, this is what, it's just, that's why it has just one verse. So we just try to keep it so simple.
About your music and the way you were raised, does being raised in a slum influence your music in any way?
Very much.
How?
Very much. Because for me, when I'm doing music, I believe it's not mine. Because if it was mine, I would not release it. It would stay with me in my wardrobe or somewhere in my earphones or something. But if I'm doing something for people out there, I need to do something that is relevant to them. And I believe there are people who have not had, everyone has had a challenging, everyone has a story to tell about life.
That's true.
For me, I believe being in such an environment exposes me to this family and this one. It helps me to combine this situation and this situation. And when we put it together, it becomes everybody's story. And I believe that's the way it has been able to influence me as a person. All of us are guitarists, me and my brother next to me. If you watch the video of Ebirungi, you find him playing the guitar solo. When we're starting when music, just a few years back, I told you my father did not like
people who sang.
He knew the Bayai bargains, it's a gone case for them. So he would stop us from doing music in one or the other. But we developed this love for instruments, guitar, and then the one younger than the one next to me plays bass guitar. So music was eating us up. In the end, we ended up, I said, no, you go learn guitar and then come back, teach me. He came back, taught me, and that's how we carried on. You started learning, but we would not learn from home, of course, because Dad would. Not until recently when my father saw my video and he was amazed. I said, that's my son. And he forgot he was the one telling me, no, I don't want. But he was, so for anything that is good, he's proud of it, like any other parent.
So what plans do you have for us?
Plans? There's so many.
2015, 2016.
2015. I am preparing an album. I am putting together a whole album. This one's, Ebirungi was an album single. It was a single song. So I'm preparing an album. It says Nduwayo, Leero Egenda Kutereera. This album is a breakthrough for me because these are my Genesis projects, the ones I'm starting with. I am believing God that is going to go across. I'm going to inspire more people. I'm bringing it home where I come from to show them, because I want them to know that somebody can come out of this ghetto and be somebody. So my plans are so many, so many. If we had more time, I would let you know about the plan.
Okay, thank you so much, Nduwayo, for being here on GXP. It's such a great honor to have you.
You're welcome. Thank you for hosting me.